Hi, it's Rachel Garrett again, your respiratory physiotherapist. So, I want to talk to you about some breathing exercises that are going to be helpful for you during your pulmonary rehabilitation and also just to help improve your lung function. So, the first one I want to talk to you about today is called pursed lips breathing. Now, this is a breathing technique, you've probably heard of it, that you do through pursed lips. What happens when you do that is that you create a bit of back pressure. And that back pressure holds the small airways of the lungs open. Because with COPD, when you're getting breathless, sometimes what can happen is these very small airways collapse down, they collapse together. Now they trap the air behind the airways. So the air that is in the sacs gets caught in those sacs and it doesn't come out very easily. So applying this back pressure helps to hold those airways open a very little bit. It's used in healthy people. You will see footballers, you will see runners when they're recovering, leaning forwards. I use it when I'm walking up hills. I put my hands on my hips. And it's a really helpful way to enable you to do a little bit more exercise. So there's really two benefits to it. One is you can use it during exercise when you're getting breathless, and also to help you control your breathing during exercise, because you are having a measured breath and you're controlling your breathing and you're ensuring that you're still clearing the air from your lungs so that it's not getting trapped and trapped and trapped, so that you can get no more fresh air in. Because that's the problem with COPD, is that your air gets stuck in your lungs and then you can't get the next breath in. So it gets more and more breathless and you've got to get that air out, and that's the difficult part. That's when the pursed lip breathing can be very useful. So you can use it during exercise and you can use it in the recovery phase of exercise. If you're going to use it during exercise, you need to use it on the hard part of the exercise. So imagine I have some weights and I'm asking you to push up, What I would say you do is you breathe in through the nose. We teach patients with cardiac disease to do this because it lowers the pressure in the thoracic cavity. I do it myself when I'm in the gym and I'm trying to lift some heavy weights. It gives you that little burst of... So always think about trying to breathe out during the heavy part of the activity. If you're going upstairs, for instance, you might find that pursed lip breathing is a very helpful adjunct to enable you to get upstairs more easily. For instance, you might breathe in and then go up, up. So in, in, in. As you go up the step, you breathe out with a pursed lip breathing motion. And breathe in through your nose. If you're using oxygen when you're exercising, or as many of you will be doing, you'll probably be using it through the cannula, and so it's even more important that you breathe in through the nose. But if you think what's happening there with that pursed lip breathing technique is you're breathing in, and then it's a slow, forced exhalation through pursed lips. You can use it as recovery as well. It works much better if you have your arms fixed. So have your hands on a table in front of you, or maybe even have your hands on your legs like that. You see a lot of people breathing like that, in that position. When you fix your arms, it enables you to use the latter part of your shoulder up here, and enables you to use these extra muscles here as well. So that helps you get a little bit more air in. We did some research some years ago looking at pursed lip breathing, and we found that although patients still, their oxygen levels still went down even if they used pursed lip breathing during exercise, they recovered their breathing pattern and their oxygen levels a lot more quickly. And actually, it was about half a minute more quickly. And if you're breathless, 30 seconds is quite a long time. So if pursed lip breathing helps you get a 30-second recovery, improvement in recovery, then it's worth trying. Okay, so that's your pursed lip breathing video. I'll be talking about some other breathing exercises later on. Thank you.